Flavor Friday.
What's up, guys? Happy Flavor Friday, and today we are doing Fiesta Flavor Friday. Mexican is a staple for me. I love it, and I feel like probably a lot of you guys do too. Especially when you're on meal prep and you're trying to get some kind of flavor out of your chicken and rice or turkey and green beans or whatever it is that you've got. You can turn almost anything into a Mexican dish, and I'm gonna show you how to right now with some of my favorite options. So, this right here is Mrs. Dash, and this is salt free, right? So these are gonna go from lowest to highest sodium content. If you're on a low sodium diet, high sodium diet, just so you guys know. There is literally 0 sodium in this whatsoever, and this is great to put on any of your meat or food or anything like that before and during cooking, right? So that's the dry stuff. The wet stuff, we come in at Taco Bell hot sauce, and I really probably shouldn't have to say this. Most of us have probably had Taco Bell, rather if we want to admit it or not. And while I'm not a fan of Taco Bell food, it's obviously about the lowest quality meat you can possibly get, and I wouldn't even eat it if I was allowed to. The flavor of this on real food is really, really good, and it actually has surprisingly low sodium content per tablespoon. So it's only 30 grams of sodium, which should end up being about 1 packet. And then this is probably my favorite all-time hot sauce, a Valentina sauce. It has 64 milligrams of sodium and nothing else, and it just has a really unique flavor. You know, different from Tabasco, different from Louisiana, different from Frank's. So if you're into hot sauce and you haven't tried this, I would definitely give this a try and put in your repertoire. And then obviously on the Taco Bell tip here, this is more of a salsa, so there is a little bit more in here. There's got 1 gram of carbs, 95 milligrams of sodium, so still not too bad. There's some pureed tomatoes, jalapeno peppers, and it's very, very small amount of sugar in there, so small that they don't even put it on here, but it is an ingredient. So if you're not allowed to have any sugar in your diet, that is something that you should probably think about right here. But this salsa is great to throw in towards the end of when you're cooking your meal to give it that, especially if you're eating like low fat content, like 99% lean turkey or something like that. This is gonna make it have that wet, moist feel. Moist. And then lastly is a new one that I found that is really quickly becoming one of my favorites. It's Jardines, and it's street tacos. And this is like a tomatilla sauce. It's a Hatch green chili. And this has got the highest content, racking in at 140 milligrams. Only 2 carbs, got a little bit of fiber. No sugar. Again, it's got sugar as an ingredient. So if your coach, us, or anybody else tells you can't have any sugar even as an ingredient, then you need to make sure you ask them about this, especially if you're on prep getting ready for a show. But this stuff is amazing, and it's completely different. It's not like a salsa. And it's not like the tomatilla sauce that you get at a place like Moe's or something like that either. It's a tangy and maybe a hint of sweetness to it if you've been low sugar. Most of you guys know if you don't eat anything sweet at all, just anything that has any type of sweetness to it, you're like, ooh, that's sweet. So guys, those are my go-tos for whenever I want a Mexican flavor meal. Obviously, I'm not going to use all of these at the same time. You might be able to and feel a good concoction, but typically I'll start with this if I'm going to do a dry, and then I'll make a decision on some type of salsa and then some type of hot sauce, so pairing these two together. So I hope that helps you guys. Get in the kitchen, make your food flavorable. Is flavorful? Is that a word? I just made it up. Make your food flavorable on a... I can't do it! Make your food flavorful on a Friday. Yes, I said it. We'll see you guys next time.